Tank and Rolly this Saturday night. And why am I having such a hard time picking on this one? Canelo Bivol was the easiest fight I've ever predicted in my life. But this one I'm having trouble with. And why I'm having trouble with a guy amateur record of 25-10 against a guy with 206-15 that won numerous national titles. And then 26-0 as a pro with 24 knockouts. Rolly has 14 pro fights. Why I'm having trouble is beyond me. But anyway, I first met Rolly and his dad in 2015. I think Rolly was 19 years old. He started amateur at 17, I believe. So he had 2 years in. We went to Las Vegas to Johnny Toco's gym to spar some good southpaws down there. My guy was undefeated. He was fighting an undefeated southpaw. And we basically went down there for Flash. He was a sparring partner for Mayweather when Mayweather fought Pacquiao. But there were two other excellent southpaws in there. But we never got to spar Rolly because, you know, we knew we went there to just spar southpaws, but Rolly wanted to spar, and I kind of wanted to have my guy spar him. And it would have told me a lot because my guy's very good, and Rolly, 2 years in the amateur, would have told me a little more. So I wish we had the opportunity to spar, but we were down there for one thing and we stuck to it. So when we were at Toco's, all we heard is this kid, this amateur kid of 2 years in his amateur, monster power, incredible power. So that stuck with me. And here are some other reasons I'm having a tough time with this. Tank's last 3 or 4 fights weren't very impressive. I know it was a devastating knockout, Leo Santa Cruz. But Leo landed more than enough left hooks on Tank during that fight. And sure enough, this is the way fighters do today. It's not the old days. So guess who calls Tank out after that fight? And I knew the exact reason why. I don't think anybody else did. Well, there's some smart boxing people out there. I shouldn't say that. So Ryan Garcia calls Tank out after the Leo Santa Cruz because I know Ryan saw those left hooks, and Ryan has a big left hook. So that's the way it works today, people. Bivol, kind of last two unimpressive fights before Canelo. He gets picked for Canelo. That's the way it works. Do you think Sugar Ray Leonard saw any flaws in Tommy Hearns when they fought the first time? Not a one. Before the Leonard fight, he knocked out Pepino Cuevas in 2 rounds, Tommy Hearns? That's old school. New school, you look at a fight closely. If you see maybe you can beat that guy, you pick him. All right, I shouldn't have went off balance here, but I had to say that. So these are some of the reasons why I give Rolly a chance in this fight. But there's too many buts with Rolly, too many question marks where I know how Tank performs in these big fights. He comes through and he's not intimidated. Okay, Rolly talks a big talk before the fight. I worry a little bit about the guys, and I wished I'd have pointed that out in Caleb Plant before Canelo. When they talk all that trash, you know, all he did, but he could back it up. Okay, number 2. Rolly looks like a full-fledged welterweight to me. He's fighting at 135, so he's bypassing 140 straight up to welterweight, in my opinion. Will he be drained to get to 135? Will Tank get his knockout 10th, 11th round, 9, 10, late rounds if he's drained? That's a question mark. One more thing I spotted, technique-wise. Will Rolly correct this for Tank? I mean, they know about the left uppercut. So I would think Rolly will overcome this, but I mean, it's a habit, and habits are hard to overcome. I like my guys off center when they fight. Against a southpaw, I may tell him, look, this is the only time you know how I hate fronted up fighters. You might front up a little bit so you can get that two closer and then that hook in. A hook is a big deal with a southpaw. Everybody talks about the right hand. Floyd Patterson once said the best punch against the southpaw is a left hook. And Rolly has those punches, but let's get back to this. So Rolly offsets, I like this. I like ducking for the right hand. But you already know what I'm getting to, don't you guys? I didn't even have to do that. So I'm going to show you a few of Rolly's moves, which is not going to be the technique you would want to use against Tank, I would think. All right, I pointed those three out of Rolly. Will he talk the talk in the ring? Will he be weight drained? Will he correct that technique, falling right in line of Tank's left uppercut? Now, Rolly, he is quick. He's got his own awkward defense that works. I mentioned the left hook. Rolly's got a right hand and left hook. He uses that left hook a lot, which is great for a southpaw. Leo Santa Cruz landed the left hook a lot with Tank. Trouble with Leo, he didn't have any power. And when Tank figured that out in about the fifth round, he just started going after him. He didn't give a crap. He just went after him. When you have this high guard, you're not from the shoulders. That's why Leo has to bring it down before he punches. But still, a smaller guy, you shouldn't be up here. You have no power. One more thing I'd like to point out. Let's make this 4 points on Rolly. Rolly's going to find out these smaller guys, 5'5". Pitbull, what is he, 5'4", 5'3". When they cover up, there's nothing to hit when these smaller guys cover up. That's why if I ever had a fighter fight Pitbull, I would say don't even throw and make him throw, feints or step back. Make Pitbull throw, because that's when he's going to be open. You counter. Because you're just wasting your time. I mean, when Pitbull covers up, there's nothing to hit. And Tank's 5'5", so Rolly's going to find all this talk. He's fighting a midget. Midgets are a little tough to hit, and if you're going for it, then they can counter. See, Rolly's taller than Tank, so even if Tank has the high guard catching everything, you can punch up from the shoulders. So you can have a high guard and kind of do that with a taller guy. So I wanted to mention that. So now I got to make a decision. I got to go with my points. I say Tank stops him 10th, 11th round. So that's my prediction. But I'll tell you what, check the odds out. And if they're huge with Tank, you may have to bet on Rolly. All right, thanks for watching, you guys.